If you are staring down the last quarter and thinking, this is not going to work, or if you're looking at your facts, the numbers in your business, going, there's no way I'm going to hit my goals by January, or if you said, maybe I should just give up for this year and start over, I want you to stop right there. This episode is your wake up call because you still have 100 days left in this year and you can completely change the trajectory of your business in the next 90 days. But only if you stop doing what's not working and start leading like the damn CEO that you are. No more busy work, no more winging it, no more hiding behind the to-do list and second guessing yourself. Welcome to Marketing Matchmaker. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jennifer Tamborski, and I work with service-based entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, creatives, and wellness professionals who are done riding the feast or famine roller coaster and ready to build a business that's profitable and sustainable. Today, we are going to kick off a series on the fourth quarter reset. This is your invitation to stop surviving and start scaling with strategy because no one's coming to save your business. Only you can. And we're starting with a hard truth. If what you've been doing hasn't worked, it's time to stop doing it. That's not failure. That's leadership. So today, we're doing a ruthless, honest audit of your year so far. You're going to see what's working. You're going to face what's not, and you're going to walk away with clarity and control and taking your power back from a business that can feel like it's spinning out of control. Let me start by being pretty blunt here. If your income is stalled, your calendar is empty, and your marketing feels like a guessing game, it's not because you suck at what you do. It's because you've been making decisions from survival mode, not from a CEO mode, a business leader, the professional that you are. And that's what I really want to flip today. You don't need a new offer. You don't need to post more content. You need a strategic reset. And that starts with a raw, real review of the year. Because you can't fix what you won't look at. And you can't scale what isn't working. This mini audit is for you. You don't have to share it with anyone. Although if you have a coach or a mentor, I would encourage you to step into the vulnerability of sharing with them. And if you don't have either of those, it also be something that you want to look into right. This mini audit is designed to reclaim your power. So grab a notebook or open your notes app or whatever you take notes on. Speak into a voice memo if you have to. If you are driving in the car right now and these questions hit that record so that you can come back later. Let's start with a revenue reality check. I want you to really look at how much money you've made so far this year. Not what you wish, what is actually in your Stripe, your PayPal, or your bank. What was your goal so far this year? And what's the actual gap between now and December 31st? Taking a really deep look into your financials help you to understand if you're actually going to be able to get that goal. Sometimes it takes a pivot. Maybe the goal that you set in January is not achievable at this point. That doesn't mean that you can't achieve some piece of it. What would your business look like if you really focused in on that revenue goal for between now and December 31st? Could you bring in 20, 30, 40, $50,000, maybe even $100,000 depending on your business between now and then? It is possible, but only if you're honest about where you are now so that you can pivot and take the steps you need to get where you want to go. Let's look at your clients for a minute. How many clients or sales did you make in your that to hit this revenue? What was your average offer price? Are your offers priced to support your goals or are you undercharging and over delivering? Sometimes those questions can hit pretty hard because as business owners, especially service providers, our goal is to serve our clients and to give them what they need. But we want to avoid cutting our own space, our own needs to over deliver to someone else. That leads to burnout, overwhelm, and quite frankly, resentment. Really take a look at your ideal clients. Are they the people that you have been bringing in? Or are you working with anyone that comes in at this point? Look at your offer price. Does it provide enough money so that you can be profitable? Or is it just the bare minimum? This kind of information gives us a hard look at where our business is right now and where we want to go. Then look at your lead source. Where did your best clients come from? Referrals, Instagram, speaking engagements, something else? What's working and what's wasting your time? Are you going to a million networking events and not getting anything from them? Are you putting on webinars over and over again and they're not converting? Are you posting to social media every day and basically becoming a content creator? Yet crickets when it comes to actual buyers. Evaluating where you're spending your time will help you to notice what you can release. And if we are going to pivot over the next 90 days, we need to know what to release so that we can focus more on what is actually working. And the last question is, are you attracting your ideal clients? People who actually want what you sell? Or are you often getting ghosted after a sales call? This can really tell you how you're showing up in the world. Is your messaging landing? Are the buyers that you're looking for actually finding you? Lastly, let's look at where you're spending your energy. What marketing tasks or offers have felt aligned and fun, really enjoyed? More importantly, that also got you results. What left you feeling drained or resentful or totally disconnected? Maybe you're not a webinar person, and that's totally fine. There are a million ways to bring in leads. What are you still doing just because some guru on Instagram said you should? Here's the truth. You do not need to do more. You need to do more of what works for you and your audience. And then you get to cut out the rest. This isn't about more effort, more time, more hustling. It's about more intentionality, about spending the time, energy, money, thought process on what is actually going to convert your clients, your audience into clients. Now that you've taken that audit, let's step back for a minute and talk about what's really possible. You've got about 100 days before the end of the year. What is your realistic but stretch goal for quarter four? Let's say 15K. Break that down into $5,000 per month. Your signature offer is 3,000. That means you need 5 clients between now and the end of the year to actually hit your goal. That's 5 clients, not 50, not an entirely new offer, just a really clear strategy, clear messaging, and a clear lead generation system that's going to work to bring those clients in. That is doable. And it's exactly what I'm going to help you map out in the reset workshop that I'm doing on the 17th of September. The reality is if you don't reset your plan right now, you'll blink and it'll be December 15th. You'll be back in that familiar place, burned out, beating yourself up, swearing next year will be different, than doing the exact same thing that you did last year that got you to the exact same point that you are right now. Let's pivot now. Let's actually make this year the one that is actually the change you wanted, that leads to the results you've been looking for. The only way to do that is to stop, assess, and start making decisions and taking action like the CEO that you are. Look, I know this part of business isn't sexy or fun or even interesting. Well, I don't know about interesting. I actually find it incredibly fascinating. I also know that evaluating your numbers and strategy can sometimes feel less exciting than launching a new offer or playing with your brand colors or even sometimes writing content for social media. But this stuff, it's what moves the needle because clarity creates confidence and confidence creates consistency. And that's what makes a business profitable, not busy work. And I think way too often business owners sit in busy work without being productive. It feels productive because at the end we have created something, whether that's an entire content create calendar or a million and one reels. But if that process isn't effective, the busy work is just that, busy. So make sure that you take the time for this. Do the audit, face the numbers, get clear on what has been working and what hasn't. Step into what you're willing to do to close those gaps and map out the next 90 days of your business. If you're stuck and need some help, do it with me. Join me for the 90-day reset workshop, where we're going to walk through your gaps and map out the next 90 days like the CEO you are. We get to pinpoint what's keeping you stuck, align your strategy with your revenue goals, and build a plan that supports your life, not competes with it. The link to the 90-day reset workshop is below in the show notes. You've got more than enough time left in this year to turn it around. Take the time, lean in, and take the steps needed to do just that. That's it for today, my friends. Lean into the scary stuff, the stuff that isn't sexy, stuff that maybe isn't fun, because it's what's going to change your life and your business.